Hey guys, welcome back to Twinstrology. I'm Marla, and this is the new moon in Libra energy report for twin flames and divine partnerships. Before I get started, I just want to apologize for my Aries full moon video. I know that it cut out rather unexpectedly, and I apologize for that. I was having technical difficulties. And also, if you would like more information about me, if you would like to schedule a personal reading, or if you're interested in any articles or other videos that I've done, you can check out my website, which is twinstrology.com. Please follow me on Facebook at Twinstrology. And last weekend, of course, was Twin Flames Together in Boston. And I've been meaning to write a little something about it, and I just haven't had time lately. I've been so exhausted this week, and I'm sure many of you are feeling that energy as well. But it was fabulous. It really was. We had a great group of people. Several people that were in Chicago were able to make it to Boston, and it was great to see them again, including Rob and Angie, who I posted a video a few days ago where I interviewed them about their journey to union and what they've experienced. And I really encourage you guys to watch or to listen to that video. It's just audio on that one. Because, you know, it's really uplifting, I feel. And at times we feel like, you know, do unions really happen? Or is this some kind of cosmic joke? And so I wanted to share their story, and they wanted to share their story to help you, to give you guys a boost, and to let you know that, you know, this is real and unions do happen. So, yeah, Twin Flames Together, meeting again some of the people from Chicago, which was amazing. And meeting some people that I've known online for quite a while, and finally meeting them in person, and some new faces. So it was just a great group. Everyone got along so well. And, you know, we've had questions about, you know, can we do a video or can we do a live question and answer? And the thing is, with Twin Flames Together, what really makes it so special, at least in my opinion, is that we're all there together. We're all there in the same room. We're sharing our energy, or as Dio would say, we're sharing our vibrations and the soul with one another. And that is what creates the shifting. And we're able to hug each other, and we're able to share our energy. And for many of the people that come to these workshops, they've never met another twin flame, and they've never known anybody else experiencing this. You know, I'm lucky. I get to meet with other twins, you know, at least every other month or so. But for other people, they don't get to that experience. So to be with like-minded people, there's no way to replicate that. So I'm sure there'll be more Twin Flames Together. That's going to be up to Dio to decide. And I hope that some of you can make the next one. Okay, so let's talk about this new moon. This new moon is really exciting. It's happening on the 19th of October at 3:12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 26 degrees and 35 minutes of Libra. This new moon is a powerful new beginning. Of course, every time we have a new moon, it's a new beginning. It's when the sun and the moon meet up with each other. But this one is even more special, I feel, because I'm being shown that the things that we've been waiting for are going to start materializing. And for the last few months, it's kind of felt like we've been in a kind of holding pattern or some kind of void. And maybe we've gotten a little bit here and there of what might be coming down the pipeline for us, what may be manifesting, or, I mean, we know what's going to be manifesting because we're creating it, but, you know, we don't know how. but we've been getting little bits and pieces. Many of you have been getting tested, which is all part of making way for this to materialize. And all of that has been about letting us physically catch up with the energy, needing to do those clearings and needing to let go of the old, raise our frequencies, and have our consciousness expand. So yeah, letting our physical body catch up with the energies. And now that balance is becoming achieved, and we're going to start seeing the changes actually manifest. So this new moon is in the sign of Libra. Libra is partnerships and balance. And balance is really what we were learning all during the transit of Jupiter through Libra. And now that Jupiter's moved into Scorpio and the sun will soon move into Scorpio, this new moon is part of this transition of the energies from Libra into Scorpio. Remember, on the 10th of October, Jupiter left Libra and went into Scorpio, and I talked about that in my last video if you want to go back and watch it. So it's showing us that we have mastered balance, and now we're ready to move on to the next phase, which is deeper intimacy. This is the lesson of Jupiter, and it starts with intimacy with ourselves, knowing who we are in our deepest recesses so that we can bring this intimacy to our romantic relationships. And we needed to find this inner balance. We needed to get in that balanced state in order to go to the next phase, which is this new level of intimacy. So here is how the energy is playing out that I channeled yesterday. So balance, like I said, is a major theme. And the energy is allowing us to balance like never before. And this is allowing both twins to overcome any sort of negativity that is coming into their energy field. The way we are meant to overcome this negativity is through love. So pay attention to your thoughts all the time and try to keep them in an expanded state, meaning try not to limit yourself with any old thought patterns. It's like during this time, we just want to try to be like expanding as much as possible. That means letting go of all the old programming and all the old templates. And so it's from this balanced state when we have something negative come into our energy field. And a lot of times it's something from inside of us, some kind of trigger. It's through love that we're going to just release that energy. You don't want to resist it. You want to accept it. We've been in the process over the last little bit of accepting more of our shadow side, our shadow self. And this is going to continue. You know, we have Jupiter in Scorpio now. Mercury, I believe at the new moon, Mercury is in Scorpio. And on the 23rd, the sun is moving into Scorpio. So Scorpio energy is about the shadow side. And we're needing to integrate this in a healthy way. We're getting upgrades to our third eyes to assist us in seeing beyond the material world. I wrote a post about this last night. These upgrades are helping us move beyond duality consciousness. This means we are judging things less. And we're not seeing things as us or them. We're seeing things as one. We're viewing things from a point of oneness. And I was told today, as well as third eye upgrades. There's a new chakra called the Well of Dreams that's in the back of the head. And you either have it open or it is opening. This is a new chakra that we're getting. And so some of the symptoms that I talked about, you know, the headaches, the pressure in the head, the eye problems, can also be related to the opening of that chakra as well, or clearing some energies from that chakra. And that chakra, as well as helping us connect more to our multidimensionality, to higher consciousness, and it helps us manifest our dreams, to bring our dreams into reality. So with these upgrades, we're better able to act from a place of love and compassion. The feminine has been working on this longer, while the masculine is still exploring this, but they're learning very quickly. And what I mean by that, so we've been working more on a longer period of time on letting go of duality, of releasing judgment, and living more from a place of love and compassion. But the masculine is quickly catching up to us in this area. So the answer to everything right now is love and acting from our heart. So around this new moon and into the future, it's like just simply returning to love over and over again. Anytime you get some negativity, anytime someone, you feel negativity coming from another, just going right back to love. There's going to be some higher frequency energy coming in around the time of the new moon that's continuing to shift us towards Christ consciousness, or, you know, and Christ consciousness is just this love and compassion, and acting from this love and compassion within at all times. It's coming from this place of oneness. So the feminine energy right now is at the peak of their evolution. And of course, this depends on where everybody is at on their own personal journey. But as a collective, the feminine energy is very strong and balanced. And again, love is the answer to everything. The feminine, as a collective, is heading into a time of deep surrender and trust as we get more and more aligned with these new timelines. So the planets right now are helping us so much, and, you know, be grateful to the assistance that they're giving us. So the timelines are now shifting, and we're connecting more with these higher timelines. And so for the feminine, it's all about trust and surrender. And whatever happens, whatever is being delivered to you, you stay in that place of love and trust and surrender. Even if things don't look like they're going the way you want them to, go back to your heart over and over again. That's all you need to do. Trust in the situation that's unfolding. Acceptance in every moment. No fear. Trust that everything is constantly aligning for you in every given moment, despite outward appearances. Okay, and the third eye upgrades that we've been going through are helping with this, because it's helping us become more in touch with our intuition. It's helping us trust in the universe. It's helping us see more possibilities. Our perception is expanding. We're removing the things that are limiting us, slowly but surely, getting rid of everything that was keeping us small. And it's like, you know, throwing off the chains. And as you do this, your perception of what's available to you is just keeps expanding, which means the timelines that are available to you keep expanding. Okay, this is why we were having that kind of holding pattern, like I said, because we needed to catch up to the energies so that we can take advantage to the fullest of what's been happening. So you're evolving, you're creating, your dreams are manifesting. Just stay open to unlimited possibilities so that it can come to you. And if the things start coming to you and it's outside of your idea of how it was going to come, okay? You're not going to panic. You're going to stay in your heart center because everything is working out for you constantly. The universe is guiding you. The universe is not going to let you fail. Okay, so big time trust and surrender. The masculine energy is tapping more and more into their wisdom and their inner strength. They're developing their willpower and using it more to create their reality. They've really been growing so much, and they're beginning to understand more and more the law of attraction. Even if they don't like name it law of attraction, they're just understanding this. And they're also going through the third eye expansions and trying to break free from where they have been limiting themselves. And one of the things that they're seeing is where they have judged others, where they've been harsh with others, or where they have created separation. And they're seeing how unconscious they have been and how they have acted unconsciously, including in regards to their counterparts. So some of the masculine energy I'm getting is feeling sad about things that they've said in the past, words that they've used in the past. So to the feminine, remember, love is the answer to all. Accept that your twin or your counterpart was not fully conscious before, that they were afraid, and that divine timing was at work in this situation. Okay, we have to remember that divine timing does play a role. So we can't blame the twin, they didn't do this, they didn't do that. Part of it is divine timing, and things happen when they happen. It's all in alignment with the planetary shifts. So don't hold on to the past. Remember that love is the answer to everything, which means letting go. And your twin, they didn't know any better. So find love and compassion for their situation. And to the masculine, find love and compassion for yourself is very important right now. And you can only be as conscious as you are. And the other person that you're interacting with can only be as conscious as they are at any given moment. Each person has their own path and their own timing. So don't let the past influence your future. And I know that there's going to be people that are commenting, well, they've done this to me and they've done that to me, and I don't think I can forgive them. Well, I mean, that's something you have to find within yourself, but how are you going to move forward? How can you advance your relationship without finding forgiveness? Everyone makes mistakes. See it as a mirror to yourself. And where are you not forgiving yourself? Where are you having a hard time forgiving other people and forgiving yourself and letting go of things in the past? I feel the masculine is ready to allow more love and peace into their lives right now, even if that means that they have to make some drastic changes in their life. But at this point, I feel like the masculine are not so much actively seeking change as allowing change to flow without really resisting it. So you guys you've surrendered. You're not fighting it anymore. You're not trying to necessarily hold on to the things that are going on around you, but yet you're not actively going out and taking action. And that's okay. Like, just doing that is enough for right now. Because you're tapping in more to your own innate wisdom, and your intuition is awakening. And when you surrender to all of that, divine guidance is going to lead the way. You're going to know the next steps to take. All right, so during the new moon, the sun and the moon conjunct each other, but we also have asteroid Karma, all conjunct on the 26th degree of Libra. And the Sabian symbol for that degree is an airplane sails high in the bright, clear sky. Amazing Sabian symbol to have for a new moon, because it's like we've transcended obstacles. When you're up in the sky, there is no obstacle. Like, it's smooth sailing. Of course, there's always going to be obstacles. I don't mean to say that the path is clear, but we have transcended a lot that was stopping us from shifting into this Christ consciousness. So as we go towards the end of the year, we're embodying more and more of this Christ consciousness. I mean, we've been working on this all year. Since the eclipse, since the Lion's Gate, it's been accelerating, and it's not going to stop. It's continuing to come in. So this is the ascension. Christ consciousness, embodiment of Christ consciousness is the ascension process. And the Sabian, an airplane sails high in the bright, clear sky, is ascension. It's also about freedom and not having any boundaries or limitations. Again, I'm not saying that we've cleared all our limitations, but so much more is open to us. We've expanded so much, and we'll keep expanding. But this new moon is a guidepost, I feel, to somehow show us how much we've grown, how much we've ascended, how much we've cleared. And the timelines, okay, because I'm seeing the airplane in my mind's eye flying in the sky, and it's like we're now able to access these higher timelines. The balancing, of the spiritual and the material is aligning, and it's allowing us to make this shift now. Hope that makes sense. Karma as well. Karma being conjunct the sun and the moon. The asteroid Karma is not just bad karma, but we have good karma too. We have positive things that are coming karmically, and karma can just represent our destiny. Sorry, I'm just trying to tap into what I started to channel there a minute ago. Okay, trying to explain it more. It's like we've let go of so much, so many limitations, and we just keep flying higher and higher. And the higher we go, the more timelines, the more possibilities are opening to us. And then this new moon is helping ground these timelines. We're going to talk about that more. So the sun and the moon in karma are also in exact opposition to Uranus and Aries. Uranus is at the 26th degree of Aries. And the Sabian for him is, through imagination, a lost opportunity is regained. So this Sabian, some of the key themes are second chances, changing your mind to change the outcome. What you believe as negative is now seen as positive. Forgiveness leading to a second chance. And remember, Uranus brings the unexpected, sudden changes, revolution. It represents higher knowledge, and Uranus is known as the Great Awakener. So expect the unexpected with this new moon. Really fresh energy and changes are coming in, but good changes. Changes that are just bringing in your destiny more and more. This is why it's so important for us not to be limited, not to be in fear of anything that's coming in, because everything truly is coming in your highest and greatest good. The Sabian is telling us that we're freeing ourselves of limitations so that we can have a second chance at something. And for most of you, it's going to be a second chance for your union or for your relationship. So imagination is in the Sabian. Through imagination, a lost opportunity is regained. And I want to talk about imagination and how important your imagination is to your multidimensionality. And imagination is key to the process of creation. And this is also goes into the Well of Dreams chakra that I was talking about, the upgrades that we're getting, how that's helping us. Okay, because everything stems from the power of our mind. It's our intention. Now, our mind in a good way, not our logical mind, but our abilities to set intentions. So when we're trying to manifest something, we visualize it as if we already have it, right? We see it in our mind. We use our words. This is using our imaginative power. It's using our imagination. Visualization is really important. So when we're meditating, we do a lot of work. It's through using our imaginative faculty, the things that we're manifesting through our imaginative faculty. It's not here yet, but part of setting the intention is imagining it. If you can imagine it, you can create it. So when we're accessing other timelines, we're doing it through imagination and visualization. And we can go into those other timelines and we can create things. We can shift things. We can heal things. And that shifts the energy of the future. It's through our imagination that we move beyond our current perception of reality. Because reality is not just what we see, these things that we can touch. And I have this crystal in my hand. Okay, there's more to reality than those things in the material world. And it's through this imagination that we access. I'm hoping this comes out clear, that you understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so like when we were meditating and you go into a meditation and your twin may come into you in that meditation and you work on healing something together. Okay, and then you come out of the meditation. Now your logical mind might say that you were just making all that up. But if you go into your heart space and your intuition, you know that you weren't making that up. You know that that really happened, that that was taking place in another dimension. And that work that you just did could be healing not only, what you just did, but could be healing other timelines or shifting those other timelines. And so this in turn is opening up timelines into your future that didn't exist prior. Okay, but because these things are happening in another dimension, not solid in this 3D form, okay, we can say that it's through the power of our mind, through the power of our imagination, through the power of our visualization that we're accessing it. It doesn't mean that it's not real. Okay, it is real. It's a way for our mind to grasp that we're not just here, that we have all these things going on in all these other dimensions. So I'm hoping that that explains kind of like how this lost opportunity is regained. Because you're healing something from the past. You're healing, you're releasing, you're clearing, you're forgiving. And this is opening up a new opportunity that didn't exist before. So this new moon opposite Uranus and aspecting Chiron, we're going to talk about in a minute, and the other things that are going on, it's like these are the new opportunities that are coming to you. This is why it's important to forgive, to let go of the past, because it's going to be really hard or impossible for you to take advantage of this second chance if you're refusing to let that go. So I would encourage all of you at this time, especially around the new moon, to do some meditative work and to do some healing of the past. Okay, I'm going to move on. Hopefully that was clear. Okay, so the new moon also aspecting Chiron, who's at 25 degrees Pisces. And the Sabian symbol for Chiron is a new moon reveals it's time for people to go ahead with their different projects. Okay, this one is about releasing us from that holding pattern, the new beginnings, new opportunities, forks in the road here, taking different directions, starting new projects, and it can mean letting go of some people. There's a fork in the road. Maybe you have to move into a different direction, and the person that you're in relationship with, they're going in another direction. This could be a time where we see some karmic relationships break down. So it's a very interesting Sabian at this new moon. So remember, Chiron also helps us connect multidimensionally, so we can heal and access knowledge from the past and let go of the past. So the things that I was just talking about, you know, healing things in meditation, Chiron assists us with that energy. And it's interesting, if we go back to March, we had the spring equinox on the 21st of March, and then we had a new moon on March 27th. And at the time of that new moon, Chiron was on the 25th degree of Pisces. So he was on this Sabian then. A new moon reveals it's time for people to go ahead with their different projects. And I remember talking about it at that new moon. And there was a new moon in Aries. Okay, now we have the new moon in Libra. So we have the balancing now of these two signs. And I feel like it's also part of a bigger cycle. Okay. And the last one is going to be a new moon that we have next year. It's going to be a new moon at 25 degrees of Capricorn on January 17th. And Chiron will be making his third and final pass over this degree. And so I feel like this Sabian is letting us know that there's some kind of activation happening with these three new moons that are helping us shift some energy. And it's like subconsciously or consciously for some of you, there's like a new go ahead. It's like I'm seeing like a bar being raised. It's like, okay, go on, shift to this next phase of your journey. So we can look forward to the one on January 17th and see what that brings us. Then Saturn's at 23 degrees Sagittarius, squaring Chiron and making a grand trine with Uranus and the North Node. And the Sabian Saturn sign is a bluebird, a sign of good luck and happiness, is standing at the door of the house. So this Sabian, obviously about happiness, love, joy, blessings, and rewards. The North Node, which is part of that grand trine I talked about, is at 22 Leo, and the Sabian there is a bareback rider in a circus, displays her dangerous skills, taking risks. Displaying her dangerous skills. So some of the key themes with that Sabian are taking risks, being courageous, rushing in, taking charge, being fearless. So I feel very strongly that we're going to have some new motivation coming in. We're feeling more powerful. We're ready to take action. We're feeling much stronger. So Saturn and this grand trine, as well as his square to Chiron, is grounding the new timelines and aligning them with our purpose or our destiny, our karma, and with the energy of the universe. And remember, at the beginning of the year, Saturn was squaring karma, and then Saturn went retrograde, and now they're squaring each other again. And they're getting closer to an exact square. And, I've talked about this. They were squaring each other when we had Venus retrograde. So this is now time for these new timelines and everything that we've cleared to allow these new timelines to come in. They're going to start grounding. Well, they have started grounding. Of course, they've been grounding for a while, so that's not the right thing that I want to say. Remember at the summer equinox, and I talked about the third energy tipping point, and that whole time, things have been grounding. But remember, we had to catch up. The energy's there, but we have to catch up. And now that's all coming together. So the asteroid Pandora too is at 26 Scorpio. Okay, and Pandora shows that we're ready to take more risks and we're ready to seek more knowledge. And the asteroid Wisdom is conjunct the South Node at the same time, which is allowing more of our past life knowledge to come through us. So Pandora, if that's not clear, Pandora is also aspecting Chiron and Uranus, and that's why I feel like we're ready. A lot of us are ready to open that box and surrender to whatever's in there. We're ready to take that risk. So asteroid Union 2 went direct last week, approximately last week. And so we're ready now to direct this energy outward once again, where when it was retrograde, we were more like contemplating it inwardly, and we were working on our own inner union of the masculine and feminine. Now that union's direct, starting to bring this energy into outward manifestation. So guys, do your new moon ritual. Okay, write down what you want to manifest in your life and take some action steps towards it over, the next few weeks towards the full moon, which is going to be on November 4th. Read it every day until the full moon, and then you can burn it the day of the full moon. And it's always good to do some kind of ritual purifications around a new moon. We're releasing and clearing to make way for this new energy to come in. So things like salt baths or, smudging yourself, smudging your house. If you don't do that regularly, be a good time to do that. Then on the 23rd or the 22nd, if you're in the Pacific coast, the sun enters Scorpio. And of course, we're entering a time where the veil between the worlds is at its thinnest. Mercury is also going to be in Scorpio. And so with all this Scorpio energy, the sun, Jupiter, Mercury, you might be picking up on a lot of information from the other realms, the other dimensions. The sun will conjunct Jupiter, and Venus is going to be squaring Pluto as we head towards Halloween or Samhain. And this energy is focusing us on our inner power, okay? And not the type of power that is about control or manipulation. This is about finding our inner strength. The inner strength to keep going and keep walking on this journey, to keep following our paths. And it's that love in our hearts that really keep us going day after day. Even when, we get tired and we want to give up. So surrender everything but this love and continue to follow your destiny. This time may bring up some deep healing around surrendering. And remember, surrendering is not giving up. Surrendering is simply allowing divine time to arrange the outcome. Scorpio is all about occult energy, letting go, and trusting in your divine journey. Remember, you can do it, and this energy is real. Okay, you're not imagining things. You're not crazy. Trust in your intuition at this time. All right, so let's talk about the cards. Again, I haven't separated the divine feminine and the divine masculine. I just feel it's not something that we want to do, at least not at this time. We're one. We need to see ourselves as one. So the goddess that's overseeing this new moon is Green Tara. Start delegating. Ask others, including me, to help you instead of trying to do everything by yourself. When you feel resentment in your heart because you're carrying more than your share of the load, you're doing no favors for anyone, including yourself. You need to ask for help to ensure that you have private time for contemplation and rest. One of the reasons why I'm able to sit so peacefully is that I know the secret of true productivity. It doesn't come through struggle or strife. Rather, it comes from a clear and focused mind that's unchallenged by indecision. You see, making decisions is the shortest route to triumphant passages. Once you make up your mind, the rest follows quite naturally. I therefore urge you to sit quietly and follow the footsteps of your mind. Be open to your heart's meanderings. They will quietly lead you to make your own most important decisions, and the rest will fall into place. Don't try to be a superman or superwoman. Give your children chores. Ask your partner for help. Accept assistance if it's offered to you. Release guilt or the belief that it's wrong to ask for help. Be a team player. Okay, well, I'm getting lots of messages with this card. The first thing is to be in your feminine power and to be able to receive in this energy. Remember, the universe is bringing us things, and you want to be in receptive mode. That means being able to receive in all areas of your life. You know, if people give you a compliment, if people want to buy you something, just accept that with gratitude. Know when to set healthy boundaries with people. Okay, we are dealing with the energy of Libra, which is, Libras want to, they can have difficulty setting boundaries with people because they want harmony and peace. So they want to avoid confrontation. Okay, but you will drain yourself and then you will not be able to stay balanced. So ask for help. But one of the most important things I feel about this card is that it's knowing that you don't have to struggle and work hard to get what you want. All right, well, sometimes you have to work hard, but not in the way you think. Like, you don't have to push and struggle and claw for everything to come your way. The universe just wants to bring you these things. But if you feel like everything has to be a struggle, that's what you're going to create. And you're not going to allow these things to just come to you. It's not going to be easy for the universe to manifest if in your mind you believe that you have to struggle and deal with adversity in order to gain anything. So if that is part of your programming, now is the time to let that go, because this is going to open up more opportunities for you to come after this moon. And she says, ask others, including me, to help you. It's okay to ask the universe for help. So whoever you feel comfortable communicating with, whatever God or goddess, you can ask them for help. But then you got to surrender to how they want to bring it to you. Okay, the current energies, or the energies over the next couple weeks. First one is just breathe. This is the Four of Swords. There's a lot of healing going on over the next couple weeks. And it's a time for self-reflection. It's a time to allow your higher self in. Allow the universe in. The universe is a reflection of you. Your twin is a reflection of you. Everything around you is a reflection of you because it's created by your projections, right? So you want to take this time to go within, to be very clear on what it is you want, and to make sure that you're focusing on the love. Because remember, everything is a projection of you. So what do you want to come into your life? What do you want to manifest? How do you want people to treat you? Okay, if you want love, you have to be love. And so going within is a way that we allow ourselves to find that balance. Taking time for ourselves, like the card says, just breathe. Take time to just breathe and accept. It's getting easier and easier to connect with your higher self and to get that inner guidance. That inner guidance is very strong right now. But you have to find the time and the space to listen to it. Second card, healing begins. 6 of Swords. Well, the healing is beginning because we're able to move on from something. Remember that airplane flying in the clear sky. We're releasing some things from the past that is allowing this shift into healing. And we're ready to bring new energy. We're ready to do something new. Okay, if you look at this card, she's pulling aside 2 curtains. It's like, I'm opening up to new energies. I'm shifting into a new beginning. You can also see that curtain has the veil between worlds. And I talked about how it's getting thinner. And it's like, just pull that veil aside for some of you. Getting rid of illusions, seeing beyond the illusions. So I feel this card has a lot to do with that third eye, well of dreams, chakra expansions. Because we're seeing beyond this veil. It's like representing our limitations, our prior perceptions of what was real. And now we're moving beyond that. We're ascending to the next level. And when we ascend to that next level, we have a higher perception. We can see further. We get a bigger view. And our mind has to catch up with those perceptions. These new opportunities. And this card is showing that. Remember, Swords is our mind. And I think this card too goes along with what I was trying to say, maybe not so eloquently, about our imagination and our visualization. And it's like taking time to go within and imagine what it is we want. And of course we want to be careful because we don't want to imagine something so strongly that we're not open to other ways that the universe is going to offer it to us. But it's in a way that opens up our trust that it's coming. This card can do with dreams as well. And I think dreams are another way that we use our imagination or our visualization skills to access other timelines, other dimensions, get information. And so this card and this card I feel kind of go together because it's also in this quiet space that we're helping our mind catch up or helping our mind shift towards our mental activities. So we're letting go of some of those old mental limitations, old mental programmings. We're healing that so we can move on. We're going to the next level. So I expect that over the next couple weeks as well, and I'm sure you've been feeling this for a while, it's like your mind is ready now to let go, to move on from some of those things. And this is helping us balance because we're not getting triggered as much. It's like we get triggered, we spot it right away, and it's almost like it hardly affects us, if at all, because we're able to, access our higher perceptions, see the bigger picture, to realize it's not reality. It's just our perception of reality that's triggering us. And so we just change our mental perception and we change the trigger and we dissolve it. We also have strengthening bonds. This is the Ace of Pentacles, and this is showing those timelines manifesting. The new timelines, the shifting, it's coming, it's grounding. We're getting this new beginning energy. And strengthening bonds is about strengthening bonds in our relationships. I know many of you are seeing shifts with your twins or your sacred partner. And it's really beautiful to see, and to see everybody growing and changing. But remember, you want to stay in that heart space. Always come back to love. Okay, what's going on romantically for the twins? First card is heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with one another. So a lot of you have been in contact with your twins. They've been reaching out to you. That's really great. For some of you, you may need to have a communication to okay. What I'm feeling is it's about becoming more of your authentic selves. And when you're communicating, you're getting more. You're just being more of your true self than you were in the past. It's time to start letting some of the walls come down. And I think for some of the masculine, they may still be a bit afraid. Some of you guys might be afraid because of the things I talked about in the beginning. Maybe you're worried about some of the things that happened in the past. For some, it's like I said, you're not fighting things, but you're not like all gung-ho to force change either. You're kind of needing to find your bearings right now of what's going on with you. So you may not be able to be fully honest, or you may have reservations about being fully honest because some of you may not be fully ready to commit 100%. You may not be like, okay, let's get into union tomorrow. But it's okay to reach out and just connect. So I just want to say that. There's no pressure. No pressure to do anything, but if you're feeling, speak your truth. Speak your truth. It goes with this next card, I feel, which is getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. There is this energy of authenticity that's been getting stronger, and as Jupiter was opposing Uranus, that was very strong. And that energy is still with us. Just wanting to be free, because as we throw off these shackles of what kept us chained to the past, we just want to be free. We just want to be ourselves. And this is a way that we're opening up to unlimited possibilities. So there's this urge to talk, to have this deeper connection, to have this intimacy. This is especially going to be true as we get more of this Scorpio energy coming. And, a lot of people think of intimacy has to be sex, but intimacy is really communication. And it's about, being naked in your soul, not just being naked in your body. So even if you're not ready, okay, what I'm getting, it's like the urge is there, the urge to communicate, the urge to just finally be yourself, to embrace that and to share that, especially with your partner, is going to be strong. And I think I talked about this last time, when you were talking to your twin and there's not honesty there in the conversation, you feel it. It's a vibration you feel it, it's not in alignment. It doesn't feel right, something feels off. Because, even subconsciously, you are aware of this. So, as we continue on in our journeys, like this is something that's going to be stronger. Speaking our truth and being open and being intimate. Going back to what I talked about at the beginning. And the third card here for what's going on romantically is trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. I think this comes up every reading. Don't even need to say anything about it. So with some advice cards that I did from the Ascended Masters, I actually drew one for the feminine guidance and one for the masculine guidance, but then I kind of got told off for doing that. So I think you'll see that these cards are really for both still. So the first one, this is the one that I drew for the feminine. It's take charge of the situation, Moses. I swear this card has been coming up in every single reading that I've done in the past month. Take charge of the situation. Okay. So what I'm feeling about this is about you having very clear intentions. Knowing what you want and then surrendering into your trust and faith that it's coming. But you want to be clear. You don't want to be going back and forth, hemming and hawing, not sure. You want to take charge and being very strong in your knowing. When you look at this card and Moses is on there and he is he's parting the Red Sea, of course, one of his great miracles that he did. And I was thinking about this earlier. So when Moses was parting the Red Sea, do you think he was like unsure of his faith? Do you think he wasn't really trusting? Do you think he stood there and went, God, I hope this is going to work? Like, no, he had complete and utter faith. So in order for us to do our magic, to create miracles, we need to have complete and utter faith. Nothing is impossible. There is no limit. The only limit to anything is your mind. This is what you want to take charge of. You want to take charge of your mind and your limitations and get rid of them. Be strong in your knowing. Miracles are coming. I think I might even call this video something about miracles. And you're part of that miracle. But you got to have that complete trust in order to fully allow it. Okay? Because yes, the universe creates the miracles. But you have to be willing to receive. You have to be in that feminine energy of, yes, I'm ready. I'm ready to receive the miracles that you're going to offer me. And I have full trust and faith that nothing less than a miracle is going to happen. The next card. These are two that fell out for the masculine, but again, they're for everybody. The first one is freedom. Well, so much of what I talked about is freedom. Throwing off those chains. Letting go of the old. Shifting out of the old programming. Shifting our mental patterns and just opening up to freedom. The only thing that ever limits our freedom, again, is our mind and ourself. There is no limit to the miracles that can be created in your life. Trust and be willing to receive them. There's nothing that's stopping you from moving forward. Except your own fears and limitations. I think the feminine energy knows this, but maybe still struggle with it at times. Where I feel like the masculine energy is more seeing this now. And the masculine energy is really wanting to be free right now. I think many of the masculine, you guys are feeling your limitations so strongly. And it doesn't feel good. And you're really wanting that freedom, but you don't know how. And again, you're not fighting it, but you're not quite yet actively taking a role to pursue it. But that's coming. With this shift, it's like more and more you're going to be actively pursuing your freedom and what you need to do in your life in order to get you to that place of freedom. I'm also hearing sovereignty too. Part of being a sovereign being is knowing that you're free. You're free to create what you want to create, to live the kind of life that you want. But you have to accept that you're part of creating that. So part of being a sovereign being is knowing that you're also creating your reality. So if you think you are enslaved, you're going to be enslaved. If you think that you are not free, you're not going to be free. You have to shift your mental pattern to realize you are free. And the last one, 2 came out for the masculine, is Saint Francis, follow your heart. Well, I don't think this card needs a lot of explanation because I mentioned it many times through this reading. Very important right now, just to follow your heart. And that's how you get free. You have to follow your heart. And going back to talking about authenticity, following your heart is being your authentic self. And I feel like, especially for the masculine, but this applies to feminine as well. Maybe if I can remember what I was just going to say. When you follow your heart, you just want to be your authentic self. You want to be free to be yourself. It doesn't feel good to be wearing that mask anymore. It doesn't feel comfortable, and you no longer want to do it. And you no longer have a tolerance for people that require you to wear that mask in order for them to give you love. So your heart is going to be pushing you to become truer, to become your true self. And I'm also getting, as we go further into this energy and as these timelines begin to ground and shift us, we may have to make some tough decisions. One of the cards talked about that. Was it the Green Tara? I think one of the cards I talked about having to make decisions, and you know, that's part of it. Making a decision about your future, making a decision on whether you're going to free yourself or not, making a decision on whether you're going to take charge of the situation. Things are going to come up for you, for all of us, not just the masculine, for the masculine and feminine. And you're going to be called to follow your heart as you make those decisions. But it's not always going to be easy. But this is where we really need to find that inner strength. Trust in your heart, because that is how you're connected to the divine. And what are we surrendering at this new moon? We are surrendering worry. Make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body, focus on the power of your heart, and have faith that Spirit is guiding you always. There's no need to worry. Everything is happening in divine timing. Focus on the power of your heart and have faith that Spirit is guiding you always. When you do that, there's nothing to worry about. You're just in acceptance of everything at every moment. And like I said at the beginning, even if it doesn't come like you think it's going to come, don't worry. It's still working out for the best. I was going to draw a Journey of Love card, but I don't have my Journey of Love cards. Well, I guess I've gone long enough anyways. All right, I'm going to get them. They're telling me to get them. Okay, I haven't pulled one of these yet, so. Okay, well, we got two. The first one is Ethereal Touch, number 27. Spirit is present in your very touch at this time, and you're having an impact on the world around you, particularly your close relationships, in ways that are far more profound than may immediately be obvious. The touch of your soul is ethereal, spiritual, of light and sound. It moves the heart and opens pathways of possibilities through love, faith, and trust that would otherwise be impossible to access. Let's say that again. It moves the heart and opens pathways of possibilities through love, faith, and trust that otherwise would be impossible to access. Trust in the presence of the divine in your touch, physical and spiritual. Your healing presence is making waves of love rise and stir in this world, and the divine lives and breathes through you, beloved. Remember that through the sacred temple of your body, gifts you with hands through which to hold and give, it is the soul within the flesh that renders such a sacred healing, that renders touch a sacred healing. This oracle guides you to accept and embrace your healing abilities and to trust that you can feel your way through life by opening your hands to receive and taking hold of the opportunities that are presented to you. You are meant to touch the world with your spirit. In a world of no coincidences and no mistakes, you were heaven sent. I thank God for the opportunity to know you, to experience your kindness, your generosity, and most of all, our love. How long I have waited to open my heart, to bare my soul, to let my power comfort, and my arms hold, to let my wisdom counsel and my love awaken. While this is only the beginning, when I look into your eyes, I know. Okay, I know. Yes, I'm getting emotional. So, keep in mind, too, the bigger picture, the changes that we are making in the world, not just in our own lives, but we act as beacons for the people around us to show them what it means to ascend and to walk this path, to be able to be free, to unshackle ourselves, and to have this trust and faith at levels that a lot of religious people talk about but don't necessarily truly imbibe in their life. So the other one that came out was number 59, the Temple. The lover and the beloved meet in sacred space. They take respite from the cares of the world, entering into sanctuary where only they exist. You are in need of this. Meditation, making love, connection and dance, intimacy and surrender into the moment. Your body and soul need to enter into the temple and participate in sacred ceremony. Choose to gift this to yourself. Set aside time. Turn off the computer and the mobile telephone. Turn on music and set the lighting. Be in the present moment. Do you remember your body? Ah, yes, here it is. Can you be in its temple with presence and delight? This oracle brings guidance to take time out to smell the flowers, savor the pleasures of life, and renew your connection to the inner lover. Your sensuality wants to come out and play. You are encouraged to explore scent, touch, taste, and feeling. You're encouraged to play with color. What moves you? What brings you into connection with yourself in this moment again? It is the wholeness of divine self-connection and sacred space that will best nourish you now. There's a poem, I'm just reading it. So going back to the Four of Swords, right, and this energy of taking time for yourself, to nurture yourself and to do some kind things for yourself. Your body is your temple, so nurture it. Do those things that we always talk about and get into your body. Go for walks in nature, take salt baths. It's going to help you through these energies. All right, thank you so much, guys. Again, my website is Twinstrology. I love you, and I will talk to you soon.